I'm ready for the salon.
Beautiful.
My dinner is out of the oven. I am ready for the salon.
We are recording. We're going. Vicki, I'm going to make you a co-host as well. Can I do that? Yeah, add as co-host. So if people want that in, I think you're on your laptop, right? Okay, cool. All right, Grieve. Welcome everybody. Leah Fasten.
Kyle Shannon.
Here we are. Another meet and greet. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. I've had a very, very busy few days, and I've really enjoyed AI tools to help me be more productive.
You just sound like a 1950s television ad. Tell us about how AI makes you happy in your life, Leah.
Well, we had this meeting. You and I had a meeting today, and I was reflecting on how during our meeting, so I had a photo shoot today, regular analog camera photo shoot, and I had about 1,000 images that I shot, as I do with a portrait subject, and I came back to my computer and put my images in and downloaded them to Lightroom, and then sent Lightroom up to my AI editor. And while you and I were having our meeting, the AI editor edited the shoot, picked out the selects, and after our meeting, I took 10 minutes to go through and just kind of re-edit and move things around, and that would have been like 4 hours. So that was fantastic. So
that's amazing. It's like those little level ups are just staggering. Have you done? I assume you have. You're a professional. But have you done the thing where you like go in and after it does the selects, do you go in and like spot check? Did it miss anything, or like is it good at getting the selects?
The more Lightroom catalogs I share with it, the better it gets. It gets everything. It gets all the good ones. What it misses is I think that there's a really fine line between an absolutely brilliant image and a really terrible one.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very fine line, right? It's like, it's that, and that is a really hard thing to it misses those. So I actually go back in, and often my very favorite images, the ones that are like a little off, or the ones in between, or she's funny expression, which are my favorites.
Yeah.
It doesn't always pick those out, although it's better than it used to be.
Wow. Fascinating. What tool is it? What's it called?
Imagine.
I
can put the link in. They should pay me for all the promoting I do for it.
Really? I know. I feel like that was my TikTok channel with OpenAI. Although since they haven't launched anything in 6 months or whatever it's been, I don't really talk about them that much anymore. But
I know. Yeah. I love this tool. So I'm doing well. Been really busy. How about you?
Good. I'm doing good. I'm busy. We got lots going on with the salon, so that's been occupying a lot of my time, and got all sorts of stuff going on at work, and I got a trip coming up, which we'll talk about tonight.
Very exciting things going on with the salon. Very exciting.
We're getting very fancy. So welcome everybody. If you are new here, this is the AI Salon. If you thought you were at the financial earnings for your company, that's not this meeting. This is the AI Salon. We are a bunch of AI optimists and zany people that get together to talk about how wonderful this stuff is and how frustrating it is and all that sort of stuff. So tonight is a meet and greet. These are really fun. Actually, let me share my screen because we have graphics for this because we're professional. Back to the professional thing. So tonight's a meet and greet. And the basic idea here, when we first started the AI Salon, it was very, very small. It was just a handful of people that showed up. Some of them are still here. So thank you to all of you who've been hanging out with us since the beginning. And one of the things we would do every meeting is we would introduce ourselves, and Leah and I thought it very, very important that we all get to know one another, that especially in such a digital world, and at the time we were using Discord as our community, and one of the conventions on Discord is to use a fake name and a fake avatar and things like that. And we thought it was really important to get to know one another. And then as we've grown, that introduction section just didn't work as much anymore, trying to fit it in with speakers and things like that. So we've split these meetings off, and so this is a meet and greet meeting, and we'll talk about a number of things before we get started. But the whole purpose of tonight is to put yourself out there and let people know who you are and what's going on with you and AI and what you can offer to the community and what you need from the community. And so I'm really excited about these nights. And so what we'll do is we'll jump over and talk about our values and what we do here. But any thoughts from you, Leah, on meet and greets and getting started tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this, I think we're at 18 months.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about the salon is the people I've met. And I know we've learned a lot about AI, and I know that that's important and that's our thing. And it's very exciting to think about it. And when I think about what the salon means to me, it's this. It's the community of people who show up and we meet each other, and the new friends I've made online, and something really cool is happening.
Yeah.
So I know that I tend to be a little bit of a stickler for people sharing their names, and we feel really strongly that people use their names on our network, and especially the leaders do, and I've really stuck to that. I just want to say thank you for everyone showing up as they are.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And then the other thing about the AI Salon, and this is something Liz and Leah and I have been talking about, we're really excited about, is really working on the journey to AI literacy. That how do you go from coming into the AI Salon and maybe knowing nothing, or as we all do, some new tool comes out and we know nothing about that. How do you go from kind of this knowing nothing to gaining some level of mastery to becoming, sort of a contributing member of the community? And that journey to AI literacy, we've kind of distilled it down into these three elements: play first, mindfully create, and generously lead. And really excited about that positioning. I am. And the basic idea is this, that we play first, joyfully exploring generative AI, gaining the knowledge and inspiration. So play first is about learning, but it's about doing it in a curious way, in a playful way, and not you said it the other day, Leah, you said not being attached to outcomes, right? That you play with these tools, not being attached to outcomes, that your first salvo into whatever the new tool is, or if you're brand new to all of this stuff, just have some fun with it. And in doing that, you'll gain enough knowledge and inspiration to mindfully create, which is, starting to build stuff, create stuff, put together projects, surprising ourselves, and powerfully meeting the challenges we set up for ourselves, unleashing us to generously lead others, enriching lives, redefining what's possible, and unlocking a new era of human achievement. Woo-hoo. And I think this idea of, sort of play first, mindfully create, tell people what you're learning, learn out loud, and then repeat, just rinse and repeat back and forth through that cycle is something that I find really exciting. And we're designing all sorts of new ways to interact with the salon that really bring this journey to life. So any thoughts on that, Leah?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think you and I have built careers on this.
Yeah.
This is how we've done our careers. This is how I do photo shoots. We play first, right? And that we play first and then we mindfully create. I mean, this is what we do. And so it's been really exciting for me to work with you to define that. And now as part of our community that we've built, we get to put those principles into place.
Yeah.
It feels very, it's neat to see where we've intersected. And this is one of those places. So I'm excited to share it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the journey that you go on at the salon, and then how you show up is also really important, right? The value of being in a community like the AI Salon is, I feel, probably going to be one of the most important things any of us can do in the future of work as AI starts to democratize skills. We're going to hire people less for what they can do and more for who they are and how much we trust them and how much we like working with them. And, we know that they've got a good work ethic. And so the values of how you show up in this community are super important. So Leah, you want to walk us through our values?
Yes, I do. We're having a lot of chatter in the chat about technical stuff. People are having sound stuff. I'm having some video. I feel like there's some freezing happening. So can everyone just give me like a thumbs up if you can hear me? I'm not that worried about my screen going in and out. And when I say thumbs up, give me a thumbs up at the bottom of your screen because I can't see everyone's. Okay, great. Lots of thumbs up. Very, very cool. Okay. So I'm going to go through our values, which are super important. And here's what I would like to do. I'm going to go through the values, which are super important. Okay. So curiosity is our first value. And curiosity is we are eager to ask the obvious questions, learn new things, and experiment. Our relentless quest for adventure and exploration ignites our inner spark, transferring transforming our curiosity into unexpected discoveries and newfound passions.
And
Playfulness.
I just want to pause for a second. I know you had to do something at 7:10 and we're past that.
I did, but when I ran away from the computer, I did it right before we started. So when you said, "Is everyone ready?" and I jumped back in, and so I'm all good. I pulled dinner out of the oven. We are ready to eat after the salon. If anyone's in Cape Cod and wants to come on over. Okay. Playfulness. We value creativity, joy, and the freedom to experiment. We play first and transform learning into a captivating journey. We collaborate and mindfully create together when we can to learn more, make friends, and develop new circles of trust. Remember, all work and no play is how we did things before the AI Salon. Empathy. We are respectful, inclusive, and kind. We value diverse perspectives, recognizing that our differences make us stronger. We accept that people might be afraid and angry, and we work to understand them. We actively practice gratitude and acknowledge the efforts and successes of those around us. Humans matter. Bravery. We have the courage to step into the unknown, taking bold actions in the force of fear and challenging ourselves to push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Let's face it, with everything changing as fast as it is, we're all making this up as we go along. Might as well be brave about it. Suck it up, Buttercup. I mean, that's Kyle's language. Okay, generosity. We are willing to share our resources, feedback, and wisdom with others and support each other's growth and development. There's so much happening and so much to learn, we can't possibly keep up with it all. Understand that even if something is obvious to you, it might be a profound revelation to someone else. Learn out loud, share what you know. Generously lead. Yeah. Kyle, how are those landing on you tonight?
They're land. Well, they always land on me really good. But the last one, that thing about the thing that's really small for you is could be a profound revelation for someone else. It struck me last week when you were showing us Midjourney, how you work in Midjourney. I said this to you the other day, but it was like there was nothing technically that you showed that I hadn't done at some point or watched a video on, right? Like I knew all this stuff, but how you did it and how you emphasized certain parts of the process were completely foreign to me. And that was like really exciting to me because it's like even using a tool that I know how to use, using features that I know how to use, It was revelatory in how you look at it and how you think about it. So that one for me, that landed for me tonight.
Would everyone else hop over to your chat and just put a quick line in how they landed on you tonight? What's something that when you listened to them really stuck out and really was important to you? Just drop it in the chat. If there's something, something that you really heard and maybe how that applies to your experience in this one. Okay.
Terrific. Great. Now, you're a little frozen for me now, Leah, which is...
I'm going to exit and then hop back in because I think I'm having some tech challenges.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm hopping off. I'll be right back.
So we're gonna jump in and talk about guilds now. Leah's image is still there. Am I moving? Can you see me? Okay. We're gonna jump in and talk about guilds and give guild folks an opportunity to talk about what's going on in their guilds. But we have some exciting new news. So let me share my screen again. We've got 2 new guilds, and I'm super excited about them. So the first guild that we have is the Policy and Civic Engagement with Daisy Guild. Policy and Civic Engagement with Daisy Thomas. Daisy can't be here tonight. Through October, she's in an improv theater group on Tuesday nights, so she can't be here tonight. But she told me to say hi for all of you. Daisy is a past elected official in Utah. She's incredibly passionate about policy and about legislating AI right. And so the Policy and Civic Engagement Guild has launched, and the AI Salon is actually weighing in and going to be be very visible in the California. There's 2 AI bills in California right now, which were similarly problematic, but even more so than the things that we opposed here in Colorado. And so we've now got a position paper on these Colorado bills. So the position was crafted by the Policy and Civic Engagement Guild. To be very, very clear, the position was largely crafted by Daisy. She's done that. If you are passionate or curious about policy and civic engagement with AI, join the guild. The AI Salon is going to be visible in these efforts in California, and I've got another thing I'm going to talk about in a second. And then also, we're seeking anyone, if you're in California or know someone in California, we're going to have a form to put up that if you want to participate either in opposition of one of these bills or the other, or you are interested in testifying, we're looking for California entrepreneurs, small businesses, small and medium businesses, and individuals passionate about this stuff. So you can get to this position statement. We posted a link on LinkedIn, and then we've got it on our new website, which I'll talk about in a second. So that's the Policy and Civic Engagement Guild. The next guild is the AI Life Hacks Club with Brandon and Claire, with a hat tip to RJ for coming up with the idea and inspiring the club. So I know I saw Claire come in, and I think I saw Brandon come in. So do you guys want to talk about your new AI Life Hacks Club and get people all excited about it?
Yeah, happy to jump in and talk a little bit about the AI Life Hacks Club. So we are a club that is geared around trying to figure out how to use AI in our everyday lives to make our lives easier. Whether that's snapping a photo of something and saying, hey, what is this thing, to using AI to help brainstorm an idea or come up with a new idea, or even draft an email or read a bedtime story to your kids. We're really interested in getting those everyday use cases that help make your life just a little bit more efficient using AI. And all are welcome. It's in the club section at the AI Salon.
Terrific. And let me just show you quickly how you find that stuff. So if you're not part of the Mighty Networks community, go to aisalon.mn.co. And the guilds are in the left-hand area here, Creative Guild, Business Guild, Technology Guild, Social Impact Guild. So here's the new Policy and Civic Engagement. If you don't see guilds, like if you don't see this one, click on the Social Impact Guild Start Here area, and that will list the guilds that are in there that are available. And then the club, the AI Life Hacks Club, if you say see more, that'll take you to a big long list, and you'll see the AI Life Hacks with Brandon and Claire in there. So join the space that way. All right. So with that, let me turn it over to other guild masters who are on the call here tonight and talk about what you got going on in your guild. Let people know why they should come hang out with you. What's happening? Jane Endicott.
Hello. Hello, guys.
Hello.
So my name is Jane. I'm the leader of the Writers Circle, I believe it's called. And every other week we meet to discuss kind of share tools and share what we're doing. And also discuss some of the issues around like writing and publishing and things like that. And what's really interesting about it is that people aren't just using these tools to write, but they're also using it as getting over writer's block or using it as a writer's partner. So every single person in the conversation brings something unique and valuable that others can learn from. It's typically like an open conversation. Sometimes we talk about an article that is kind of discussing about a pertinent issue, but it's really just a great way to kind of see what other people are doing with it. So our next meeting is this Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time, or excuse me, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And yeah, if you just want to just drop into the group and just kind of, I'll probably post something tonight to kind of set the agenda for this week, and hope to see you there.
Very cool. And I love your hip new glasses. They actually go cool with your headphones. You're like really rocking.
I know. I got a vibe.
You got a vibe going.
I think that's what the kids are calling it these days.
Yeah.
Vibe. Yeah. So I figured out my vibe.
Awesome. Thanks, Jane. Awesome. Yeah. Peter Kaminsky.
Thanks, Kyle. I run Learn and Do with Peter, and we like to explore image generators and LLMs. We work on kind of whatever comes up in the sessions. Today we worked on APIs and GPTs actually. So sometimes we get a little bit more advanced, sometimes we get less advanced. We always have fun. Love questions. I love new folks. Kyle, you and I talked about the Midjourney room as well. Do you want to cover that now, or should I come back to that?
I've got a slide for that. We'll cover that after.
Cool.
Yep.
So I put links in for Learn and Do with Pete. See you there.
Okay,
meetings once a week. They kind of check the events in Learn and Do. I schedule them different times.
Okay, great. Yeah, he likes to keep us guessing. Thank you, Peter. And by the way, if Peter said scary words like API, and I don't know, he said something else that sounded scary. If you're new to AI and you're trying to figure this stuff out, Peter has the patience of a saint. Like, don't be intimidated. If you want to learn stuff and go do fun work and really learn how to do it, Peter's really amazing at that. So thanks, Peter, for doing what you do. John Leland, good to see you, sir.
Howdy, howdy. I am the John in Video with John. We have not been having live meetings recently, although there is a lot going on with AI and video, as you may well know. I'll do a really quick presentation of something that I think is cool.
Great.
If you don't mind, let me, there we go. So, a nice development with AI and video. You see my screen? Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Is a new TV channel streaming on smart TVs and mobile devices and whatever, called DreamFlare. And what's interesting about this is a couple levels. One is they have a big emphasis on storytelling. So this, just to be clear, this is not a new video generation engine, which is what we're seeing with, the Runway ML is the hottest one right now. There's a whole bunch of them. But this is actually a new distribution channel for AI video stories. And I really like that the emphasis is on storytelling, not just a bunch of, oh, look at all this cool footage that I generated with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other really big thing is that they actually have this, let's see, I have to be in my actual tab to click on the thing, that they're providing 3 different revenue streams for creators. So if you're a video storyteller, they actually are providing support and even have an ad here for producers making $80K per year. So this is something where becoming an AI video creator is actually becoming a real thing. And it's a startup, it's a small startup. We'll see if they make it. But I think it represents things to come, that AI video is actually going to be, a commercially viable thing. People talk about it remaking Hollywood, but this is actually it becoming its own media.
Yep, love it.
And I don't want to go on too long, but I have been playing in the spirit of exactly what you talked about with the values. And I have a demo that I will put out, and maybe we'll do a live event and walk through it, where I went from Claude, created a kind of cartoon strip, which then actually became a storyboard and a video script. I then started generating content within Runway Gen 3, generated a music track. I did both Suno and Udio. And so there's a music video coming to Video with John someday soon.
Well, that's awesome.
So that's what's going on in the Video Guild.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Vicky Baptiste.
Hey, so along with Joy Purdy, we run the Ethics Guild. Sorry, I didn't think of the name there. And at the beginning of July, we had a presentation with Dr. Keith Newton and Sherry Byrne-Haber, who are both accessibility advocates, talking about accessibility in AI. It was a really interesting meeting, and it's out there. The replay is out there in the Ethics Guild, and it's also on the AI Salon YouTube channel. And coming up in August, and I don't remember the date because we're still kind of working on it, but the beginning of August, we're going to be speaking to Morten Rand Hendrickson, who you may know from TikTok as the More10, MOR10. So who is very active in the world of AI. So
Wow.
looking forward to that.
Fantastic. Thanks for the work you do, keeping us safe from the evils of AI.
Trying our best.
Exactly. Good. All right. So that's guilds. If anyone has anything else they want to talk about, I've got two people. I've got two other things to talk about, and then I want to have Davin show. He had a fun experience with AI, and then we're going to have Peter Kaminsky talk about Midjourney rooms, which are really cool. But
Can't wait.
drum roll, please. Are you still there, Leah?
I don't know if you can hear me. I think I'm having video issues with my camera tonight. So I think we have to just kind of carry on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
We're
I
getting
think my camera.
about a frame a second from you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tear my camera off for now and see
Okay.
if I can troubleshoot it without being disruptive.
So last meeting, we talked about if you want to be featured on the website, get your AI portraits in. And good news, a bunch of people did. And better news, the AI Salon has a website that's not just a link tree. So thank you to Leah and Vicky for doing the heavy lifting on putting this together and getting it up live. But let me jump over to it. So here's the site. So we're a community of AI optimists committed to exploring mindfully the power of generative AI to unlock transformative opportunities for all. This is a more straightforward kind of mission because I'm about to tell you about something that we just needed to do it for that. But I love this. I love that this idea of us being a community of AI optimists, and that is something that is absolutely us. So we have lots of pictures in here. We've got links to the bi-weekly meetings and also to join the Mighty Networks. And then down at the bottom, we've got our values in here. Down at the bottom, we've got links to the YouTube channel, to my TikTok channel, to our LinkedIn. And we've got a newsletter that's coming soon and things like that. So we are official. How exciting is that?
Good. It's so good. And I really just want to encourage folks, like, get your portrait in. It's really the reason the salon I think is so interesting is because of the portraits. I know I'm a little biased for 2D art and portraiture, but get them in, and they're so delightful. And even if you did one, you want to do another, let us know. We'll put them up. Like, they really are really delightful, and I think a really important part of the design. So thank you for those who contributed. Please go to the website and enjoy them all.
Yep, exactly. And then also, if you want to see the salon position on those two California bills, it's right in the main navigation there. So the position's in here. It's quite clear. Daisy put this together in just a super readable way that talks about what the issues are and suggestions on how they can improve things moving forward. So go check that out. So anyway, our little child is growing up there, Leah.
Yes. We're a teenager now. We're 18 months or 18, I don't know what the equivalent is of a salon, but 18 months, starting to walk, turning into a petulant toddler, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And then, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I want to say it's really exciting, the things that have been happening. And again, it's the community, it's people here. And this is so much, we are doing this so much in service to this community, and it's been really exciting to watch it grow. And I feel like putting the site together was exciting to sort of see all that come together. So yeah.
So the next thing I want to just briefly mention. So next week, I am heading to Washington.
Woohoo!
If you recall, a couple of months ago, I spoke to the Colorado Judiciary Committee in opposition of the AI bill here in Colorado. Unfortunately, it passed, but it doesn't go into effect until 2025. And Governor Polis, in signing the law, put a signing statement out that effectively said, yeah, this thing's a steaming piece of crap, so fix it over the next 2 years before it goes into effect. So I think we had some impact on that. But anyway, through that effort, I got invited to go to Washington, D.C., and the AI Salon got invited to be a co-sponsor of this event. So The event is happening next Wednesday, July 24th. It's a fly-in of 12 AI entrepreneurs, including myself. And the event is actually being co-sponsored by Google for Small Business and the AI Salon. Leah's going to come down the night before. There's a dinner with the other entrepreneurs. So Leah's going to come down, and as of this event with Google for Small Business, we're going to sort of rub elbows with the entrepreneurs that are coming in town. But I guess it was last week, Leah and I were talking with John, who's the organizer of this event and the one that invited us to participate in this way. And I said to him, I said, John, like, I don't know much about the event. Is this like, are we talking to some, AI committee or something like that? And he's like, dude, no. He goes, you're going to be testifying to a joint session of Congress.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so the AI Salon is about to get a significant boost in visibility, and I suppose you'll be able to watch on C-SPAN. So
wow,
it's absolutely surreal. And if you're wondering what I'm going to say yet, I don't know, but we'll talk about it tonight. One of the things that I want you to share tonight as you introduce yourself is kind of how AI has impacted your life. I think it's very important that the message that I put out there is really representative of the salon, but I want it to be really human and really about us and what we do. So I think whatever I'm going to talk about, I want to be able to tell stories of people from the salon. So anyway, that's happening. It's a little surreal. I don't think I've ever been in a joint session of Congress, much less spoken at one. So anyway, there you have it.
It's just like doing a TikTok. It's the same.
It's just like doing a TikTok. Whee!
Just like swearing, please.
So yeah,
that might have been the most AI image for something like that I've ever seen.
Yeah, did you have an extra hand in that image, Kyle?
Yeah,
I did that on purpose. I'm also writing a book called Embrace the Jank. So I figure I'll walk in with my extra hand into Congress. No, it was funny as I was saying that to all of you. I'm like breaking into a flop sweat because it's pretty fun.
My hope is that someone in Congress would actually get how funny that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just one person in Congress would understand that that's funny, and I'm not actually sure they do.
Exactly, Mr. Shannon. A quick question for you. It appears that you're holding a severed hand in your arm.
Right. Kyle, I think you should speak on Embrace the Jank.
Yeah, exactly.
Your whole talk.
Yeah. I think you should invite all of Congress to come be part of the salon.
People think hallucinations are a problem, and you've turned them into a feature instead of a bug.
Turn it into a feature instead of a bug. Absolutely. Well, in fact, one of the, when we were talking with John about this and sort of positioning the salon and things like that, he was asking us, like, what does the salon stand for? What's it about? And, we landed on this idea of, this is a group of AI optimists. And he said, oh, that's good. He got really excited about that. He said, all of these politicians are approaching AI from a place of fear.
Everyone is. Yep.
Everyone
absolutely.
is, right? And so that we actually have an opportunity here to position this organization, this community, as the antidote to that. And so I'm going to strongly encourage them to, get on the other side of that and recognize the potential of what AI can do for people. Rather than protecting people from AI, make sure that AI is available for people to flourish is basically going to be my message, and really contrast that idea of fear versus optimism. So,
well, and I also think something we do incredibly well at the salon, when I look at what the last 18 months has been, is it isn't just that we're teaching people ChatGPT or we're teaching Midjourney. We're really shifting perspective. And part of that, play first, mindfully create, generously lead, is that when we approach this new technology from an optimistic place of play and we immerse ourselves in it, really incredible things start to shift and happen. And I don't think that isn't the conversation that's happening very often outside the salon. Yeah. Like, I feel like there are people having conversations who are in AI and they're in AI and they talk about AI, and it almost feels like a separate language for me. And there's people who, in my world, I think I've maybe lost clients because I'm so excited about AI, or lost photographer friends. Like, the creative world is just not embracing AI at all. And so I feel like the salon lives in this really interesting intersection where I do really think we're shifting perspective and changing people's ideas. And now you just to go amplify it in Washington, D.C.
Crazy.
It's amazing.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so Davin, if you're prepared, I'd love to have you share. Davin's got a little show and tell for us, which what I'm excited about for this. This is a spontaneous thing that happened, before we got started, where he tried to.
It's honestly my fault because I'm new to the salon, so I didn't realize that what I was logging
Signing
in
up for.
No,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
One of us now.
You're one of us. So anyway, so he's going to show and tell an AI. So take about 5 minutes, and then we'll flip it over to Peter Kaminsky to show us Midjourney rooms.
All right. Let me see how much I can actually share without things dying on me.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's the bottom icon next to the hand, the little box.
Yeah, no, that's not the problem. The problem is the 8 billion Chrome tabs.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the problem.
I always just bail and share my whole screen.
One of us.
Yeah, I
Chrome
could
tabs.
do that also, but we'll have other things going on then. All right, you know what? Here we go. So, all right, that's my whole screen. So I have a problem.
Wait. Okay, now we can see, I think.
Let's see. Can you see that tab?
Yes. Slowly. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
All right, great. So I have a problem every year. My side hustle is teaching students from 3rd to 12th grade how to build and program robots. And they get involved in competitive robotics. My 8th to 12th graders meet twice a week. And I have this year 136 of them. And they all need a schedule that they all need to be on 4 to 6 person teams. They all need a schedule that meets, twice a week at certain times, etc. So I went and cleaned up all the data that I had about all of the students. I went and said what days they wanted, what students they wanted to be with, their genders, their grades, where they're located, etc. And I decided I was going to throw this into ChatGPT after talking to Kellyanne for a little while. And I throw this into ChatGPT with this lovely prompt: act as an incredible scheduler. Put together the best possible schedule together for the list of students in the spreadsheet. Here are the data points. There's a student listed in each row. It's your goal to create 5 person teams. Here are the numbers you need to use. Students can only be on one team. Students need to be on the same days. There shouldn't be teams with only one boy or girl. And then I didn't get to these two because broke loose. So that's where I stopped. Now, when I did it, ChatGPT decided, and this is where I can probably stop sharing, ChatGPT decided to just start ignoring some of the rows of data. And that's it.
Those students were not important.
Yeah, those students were not important. They weren't scheduled. And I even went to the after my the guy who works for me, the manager of the facility, said this kid's missing. I even went back into ChatGPT in front of him and said, okay, who's missing? And ChatGPT spit out all the kids that were missing. And then I told him to add him back, and it promptly ignored that again and again and again.
Yep.
So I went to Claude because, hell, I'll go for a different answer.
What you do.
And Claude did something different and decided to use all of the students, but ignore the other criteria, ignore the days, ignore the times, ignore everything like that. So that was that. But what did happen out of it is that this is normally a manual process that we go through. And what did happen is we got about 70% there, 80% there in a combination of the two data sets that we put together. And it did come up with some interesting combinations that we wouldn't have thought of, right? Because we would come at it from a point that wasn't necessarily as complex as what we had put in.
Right.
The other interesting part that I didn't get done, because I had to get this done in 72 hours and I fell flat on my face, was that as I started doing research and started trying to ask the questions on Google as far as what I was doing wrong, I did come across the fact that that probably was not the greatest tool to use, either Claude or ChatGPT, because this is a constraint satisfaction problem, which there are algorithms for.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
so
that's funny. Like AI is not always the answer, right?
But I only had 72 hours to do it, and I decided to lock myself in a room and start using AI prompts to teach myself constraint satisfaction.
Oh, cool.
And potentially write code in Python to do constraint satisfaction.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a horror show.
Oh.
But turns out I need to know a little bit more about what's going on. And I am a coder, but that is not an algorithm that I'm familiar with.
No.
It is not a problem space I'm familiar with, and I don't know the right questions to ask. So
HT has a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, Davin covered it.
Oh.
I mean, which, like, I put my hand up and then he's like, well, I just looked up the constraint algorithm, put in Python. I'm like, oh, he's way ahead of me. So
no. Actually, yes, actually. So I mean, I have a prompt here that basically says, here, I'll reshare really quick. My prompt straight out of ChatGPT. I did it in Claude also. And both of them got them bizarre in lovely in different ways. If you can see this window, I was please act as a programmer that understands timefold, which is one of the major libraries, and constraint satisfaction problems. Create a detailed example of running Python to solve the following student scheduling problem. And here's basically the rest of my prompt, which I started to modify as I started to understand the language of constraint satisfaction problems. But this code does not run, does not come even close to running. And I spent about 72 hours learning and debugging and trying to understand it. I need more time than I had, and I need not to be under an extraordinary deadline in order to figure that out.
Yeah, I think that's a good lesson is with AI. Give yourself plenty of room for the jank.
Wow. That's all there is sometimes with AI. It's like the solutions come out of the jank. You can't get there without going through.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the greatest thing was that before I tried this, I socialized it with Kellyanne. Mm-hmm. Then I socialized it with the instructors and the manager of my facility, and also my wife. And Kellyanne thought it was a great idea. Everybody else thought I was nuts.
Perfect.
And then I spent an entire morning sitting with the manager of my facility, who I would normally interact with and do this collaboration work with. And we were together modifying the prompt, and the first ones were terrible because I put bad data in, and they got, as I cleaned up the data to enter in, they got better. And then finally there was a moment where he said, well, that's a really cool team of kids.
That's cool.
I would never have thought of that. And
Yeah.
at that point, things kind of took off.
That's
But we still only got about, I would say 75% of the way there. And the rest was our normal hell that we went.
manual. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey, well, thanks for sharing that. Like, I really appreciate you sharing something that didn't quite go right. I mean, while we're AI optimists, I think we're also AI realists, and sometimes it's just rough to go do it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have tried it if Kellyanne didn't talk about some of the things that she was doing in her parlor tricks.
Yep.
And I think that's where in the last, 6 weeks or so, my mindset has kind of changed from the I can't really use this for anything to, yes, these are talking dogs, but they are useful talking dogs.
Yeah.
If I know what I'm trying to get out of the output.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, great. Got to move on, but thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Danielle, before we move on to Peter, you have your hand raised.
I was just going to mention real quick, since Excel is a Microsoft product, it kind of makes me think to try running it through like Microsoft 360 or 365. Is that what it's called? Since it's a Microsoft product, maybe
right,
it would work better.
Copilot.
Copilot, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to Copilot. That was all out of Google. So I just cut and paste the thing as a CSV into ChatGPT.
I was just thinking that maybe since like that's their stuff, maybe they have it already worked out to help you out better. So it's worth a try, I would think.
Oh no, I'm going to try different ways, but as I said, this is a once a year problem. So
yeah, exactly.
In and around this time next year, I will have the same panic.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, Peter Kaminsky, are you ready? So Peter is going to show us Midjourney rooms. If you have not seen Midjourney rooms, they're super cool. And when he was telling us about them, he said, I said, are you willing, would you be willing to share with the salon? So Peter, take it away.
Thank you. Let me see if I can, I'm going to share a Chrome window, I guess, especially if I don't share the Google Meet. Okay, how's that?
Looks great.
You see Midjourney?
Yep.
So if you don't know, Midjourney is a pretty good image generator. It specializes in being a little bit frustrating and making some very beautiful images. So I wanted to show you how to get to the room. A Midjourney room is either a public or a closed place where you can go and generate together. So right now I'm in my create or here's explore. Where you want to go is this chat thing. This used to be called rooms, now it's called chat, but the rooms are still called rooms. So I'm going to click on this. You'll notice I'm in an interesting place already. This is the general chaos room. In their infinite wisdom, they drop you into the noisiest place possible. Click lobby over here. And then you'll get a list of rooms. By the way, I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. There's a link in the Meet chat that starts with midjourney.com. And there's a password there, Dust Each Fox. If you go to that, you'll end up here. As long as you have a Midjourney account, you need at least a $10 a month account.
If I can jump in and say that, I would encourage you, if you've got a Midjourney account, I would encourage you to jump into this room and start playing so we can get some activity in here. So, I mean, more.
And if you click directly on that link, I'm not going to try it because I've got demo fear. But you'll end up in this room, Learn and Do with Peter. We've been hanging out here there's a few of us in the Learn and Do channel who come here. There's scheduled sessions twice a week, Monday and Thursday, midday. And there's a link for that too in the chat. What you can do in a Midjourney room, you'll see everybody who's joined and their images. So let me start making an image here. I'll just say a cute puppy or something like that. And that's generating, but I can also go up to other people's generations up here. And I think I'll skip this one. It looks like a copyright thing. But maybe I can take this Claire's image and mix it with this one, which I think is also Claire. Claire's one of our big contributors. Oops, wrong. So now I'm just going to make a blend of these two. Or I can take a style from another one. One of the tricks here is to scroll back in the chat. You can chat here with everybody else.
Cool.
And you can scroll back and click on a person's name. I think I scrolled past Paul. I really wanted to click Paul. If you click a person's name, you'll see just Paul's generations.
Oh, cool.
The scroll is not very deep, so be warned, I guess. Things will scroll off pretty quickly. But if I particularly liked this style.
How did you just do that pull-down menu? Did you right-click on the image?
Yeah, that's a right click. Yeah.
Okay.
I could also, if you click on an image and make it big, then you'll get things over here. So I could do a style here. So join us, have fun. The Zoom rooms might be an easy place to get started because we're on Zoom, and then you can kind of keep track of what's going on. When we get more people coming here, drop in once in a while and see if anybody's around. You can click this join voice chat thing. You don't have to be on Zoom. You can actually talk to the other people in the room. If you're a little daring, you can go out to the lobby and find some of the other rooms. There's a newbies room and a chick chaos room. You can find other people's private rooms if they posted them somewhere. This is Nick St. Pierre, who posted his room on Twitter.
Nice.
So looking forward to see you there.
Great, that's awesome.
Okay, so I won't be on anymore because I'm now going to go get lost in that room for the rest of the salon. So it was good knowing you guys, and I'll be over there just generating away. Just kidding.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What a cool tool.
It's so cool because it's we've got our show and tell areas, but this idea of being able to sort of co-create and inspire one another and pull things is really exciting. So thank you for sharing that, Peter.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, Devin, drop by Learn and Do with that constraint problem. That would be super fun. One of the specialties of Learn and Do is programming for non-programmers with chatbots. So I'd love to kind of dig into that.
That's perfectly fine. I will check up on that.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, great. Thank you all so much. Okay, so let's get to the meet and greet section of this. I'm super excited about this. So I'm going to change up some of the questions that we normally do. So what I'd like you to do, there's a couple of things about this. Again, the intent here is to be generous in your sharing. Don't be stingy. So my request is that everyone on here introduce themselves, even if that makes you feel icky inside. It's okay to be an introvert. It's a safe space. We all love and support you. And I also really do want to use this opportunity, since I'm going to Washington next week. I put a question in sort of talking about something that I think I can use. So what I'd like you to do, and if someone could write this down in the chat, so we have it there in the chat. So share your name, where you are and what you do. First thing I want you to share, what are you most excited about in AI right now? 2, what's been the biggest impact of AI on your life? Has there been a breakthrough moment? Has there been a specific thing that you can do now that you couldn't before? I'd really like you to think about what's been the biggest impact of AI in your life. Again, I want this. I want these stories to be things that I can use for color. The third thing that we've done before, what can you offer people in the salon, in the community? And then the fourth thing is, where do you need help? right? You know, what's an ask that you have of the community? My final request, now that you've got the sort of recipe of how to introduce yourself, we'll give everyone about 2 minutes. We've got 60 minutes left, about 38 people. So try to keep it under 2 minutes. We'll stop you at 2. Brandon, what's that? Brandon, are you willing to be a timekeeper?
Of course.
Okay, great. The last thing I would request is, as people are introducing themselves, if you have ideas or thoughts for them, or say, hey, I'd love to connect, do that in the chat. So as soon as you finish introducing yourself, jump over to the chat and see if anyone's talked to you. So let's make this a really active thing rather than just, you know, sort of doing other things while you're waiting for your turn to come. So with that, Leah, do you want to go first?
Yes, I do. Let's see if my camera will go back on, just so I feel like we're all kind of on the same page here. I don't know if you can see me, but okay, I'll just talk. I'm Leah Fasten. I'm a commercial photographer. I started playing with generative AI about 2 years ago. And my goal was to create images that look like my images that I use generative AI to create. And I am now able to do that very successfully with portraits. So successfully, I do some prompt crafting as well. I am very excited to be part of the salon, and I am very excited to be doing all kinds of cool things with generative AI. I'll put all my contact information in the chat, and please reach out, connect. I have a very busy and full life, but I do like to connect with everyone in the salon. That's me.
And what can you offer the salon, and what do you need from the community?
What do I need from the community? Well, I right now put a request for a 1 to 2 kind of thing you love about the salon, a little bit like what you're doing, Kyle, but just for sort of promotional things. So if everyone could hop onto Mighty Networks and just share 1 or 2 things that how the salon has impacted them.
And that's in the AI Salon announcements, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, good.
And I'll put the link in after we talk. And what I can offer is any help with prompt crafting, photography, any of that sort of stuff. Just reach out.
Awesome. Okay, so my request now is raise your hand if you're willing to talk. We'll go in order, and then I will call on people if you didn't raise your hand, because that's how I am. And then so I'll go as well. So I'm Kyle Shannon. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Storyvine, and the co-founder with Leah of the Salon, and the AI Learning Lab TikTok channel. The thing I'm most excited about in AI right now is learning how to use the stuff that I've built. Like, I've built these digital twins, and I realized after having built them, I don't know how, like, why would someone use them? Why would I use them? So for me right now, I'm really passionate about, you know, being able to build stuff, but then figuring out how to use it. What I can offer you is undying enthusiasm about AI and the possibilities that we're confronted with. So if you're ever feeling, you know, a sense of despair or hopelessness about this stuff, please let me know. I'll talk you off the cliff. What's been the biggest impact of AI in my life? I think this community. I feel like a kid again, and I feel like I just feel really lucky to be connected to so many people that are rediscovering their passion and are feeling like a kid again. And that to me just feels like a massive gift. Where I need help is just be generous tonight in how you share your story. And if you have any ideas about what you want me to talk about, both Leah and I, both of our requests for input are in the AI Salon announcements channel. So go there and you'll see a post from Leah and a post from myself asking for input. But yeah, that's it. Great. That's me. Tom Perez. You're muted if you're talking. Ooh, ooh. There you go. Tom Perez, you want to introduce yourself? You there? You're muted. All right, we'll come back to Tom. Angela Green.
Hi, everybody. I've been able to join you all a couple times, and it all seems to be for the meet and greet. So I look forward to one of your other formats. My name is Angela Green-Urbacheski. Kyle, I'm also in the Denver metro area. Thanks for your advocacy on the legislation. All our efforts did not make the right difference right now, but my company is RepOp AI, and so we help small and mid-sized businesses look at their entire revenue cycle, sales, marketing, customer experience, and revenue, and figure out where to add AI and automation to really be able to scale. So the big impact of AI on my life is I've spent 23 years as a sales and marketing leader at scaling mid-sized organizations, begging for resources to build out APIs, to get on product roadmaps with our software partners, or to get data analyst time to crunch data. And now those are all things that have become more accessible. And I loved our example earlier that Davin gave, because we're all learning to think more like programmers if we're not, right? Yeah. Because the tools allow us to do that. So what I can offer is I test a ton of products for my clients. Right now I'm doing a lot of AI chat build out. So if you're looking at a chat for your organization or for something that you're working on, reach out to me. Happy to help you compare and share what I've learned. Where I could use help is I do time studies with my clients when we go in to do AI implementation strategy. And I'll tell you, I keep falling back to my spreadsheet. So I'm still looking for an AI time tracking tool that is a really easy setup that clients can use for a couple of weeks. So if you've come across something that you like, that you've used, I would love to hear about it. Always open to networking as well.
Great. And you might have said it and I missed it. I wasn't paying attention, but where's AI had the biggest impact in your life? What
caused me to start a business for the first time? I went back and got my AI post-grad. Like, I just saw that
amazing.
Every internal marketing team I built and every digital transformation I'd done in the organizations that I led was going to look totally different, and that people didn't know how to do the change management. And so just finished my AI postgrad for business leaders at UT Austin. So
awesome.
I'm now a woman in technology, which is crazy.
I know. There you go. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Tom Perez, are you near microphone?
Yes, sir. How's my voice?
Good, but we only see your chin.
Oh, sorry about that. I would rather show my dog. He's much more happy. He's dead though.
Yeah.
So I got into computer science. I don't know, back in 2015, by I don't know, accident, and then I got my master's last year in computer science, and got involved with in AI to Georgia Tech, but I'd rather not talk about that. It was not that good. So the AI Salon has been kind of a blessing for me. So two things. The first thing is not weird, but I've been spending a lot of time with Pi the last 5 months. We've talked about a lot of different things, from philosophy to politics to math, quantum computing, algorithms, et cetera, et cetera. My thesis was in quantum computing. So that said, lately, just as a sideline, Pi has been a little bit broken. Anyhow, right now, ChatGPT for Omni has helped me a great deal with the Swift app. And I thought I was finished. I deployed it on my iPhone a couple days ago, and it works, but it doesn't pass the Apple validation because of an icon. It needs a specific a certified Apple icon, and I've been working on that for the last couple of days. Anyhow, so knowing very, very little about Swift, ChatGPT Omni has taught me a lot. A little bit of cloud as well, but I reached my limit token-wise with cloud. But it's been a great asset learning on Swift coding from ChatGPT, and a lot of other things too. So I have a few chat rooms, and I think one of them is called miscellaneous. The other one's called quantum computing and math, because I was a math minor in my undergrad stuff. It's been invaluable. so it teaches you a lot. If it, when it recommends these coding blocks for content view and view model, if you read what the responses are of ChatGPT, you can learn. Sometimes it's wrong though, so you have to go to maybe Medium or Stack Overflow, et cetera, and maybe
where do you need help?
Yeah. But I hate to admit it, I almost feel like cheating, because it's helped me so much. But it kind of forces you to learn a lot more than cheat. And cheating is almost a 4-letter word these days. But I don't consider it cheating. I consider it accelerated learning. And if you prompt well, you give it specific instructions, what your goals are, maybe steps, et cetera. You can have it turn out some amazing code for you, or anything. It doesn't have to be code. It could be, how to develop a peanut farm like President Carter did. It's
very cool.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. So.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ivan.
Do you hear me?
Yep.
Well, my name is Ivan. I'm in Houston, Texas. As you might know, I am IT contractor, independent contractor. I've done everything under earth related with IT. I don't do software, but I only do mostly hardware. And last night I was running some script to set up a new server. That's the reason I wasn't yesterday, in the live. Okay. I have first you give me a group, a community, a feeling of belong to something. Thank you for that. I have my family. I feel alone because they don't share what I see. I only one in all the reunions talking about AI. I have a lot of projects. I have a coach that is helping me how to be an influencer or create content in TikTok. I studied that. I have a coach that's helping me to set up an Amazon store, and I create also a Alibaba store to resell. Everything is in planning and studying. I'm not selling nothing. I also have to do my work every day. I have 3 computers right here. I have my TikTok live because I do some live talking about AI, talking about what I'm doing. I have a lot of stuff to do. Yes, I need help. If anybody wants to talk to me, I like to chat. I'm the midnight talker. After we finish, I finish my job because I have to talk to providers in China to try to get their products to put in my Alibaba store. It's not working yet. I'm building it.
Nice.
I have to grab items to resell it, and I create with ChatGPT the way to reduce the amount of time talking with providers. I send them a file. They read it. If they agree, I send them a spreadsheet with all the items that I need. They're going to be connecting into my Alibaba store. Alibaba, they only give me 20 items they can put in my website. But I learned how to add more. I learned it to more. Otherwise, I have to pay the $500 to get 20 more items because it's a pain in the neck to get items in your website. So I got a way to save time with the providers.
Nice.
What can I offer?
Cool.
What can I offer is my friendship, talking about everything. And you have somebody that has some IT knowledge or background. I can offer the things that I do for a website, Field Nation. I'm a company. So if you are in Illinois or whatever, you can be in my company and I can send you work. You're not going to work for me. You're going to work with me. And
awesome.
It's not like a job.
Great. Thank you, Evan.
That's what I'm doing. I have a lot of stuff in my
Great. Awesome. Ebond Francisco, great name. What you do where you are, what you do where you are, what are you most excited about in AI? Biggest impact of AI in your life, what you can offer where you need help.
Hi, my name is Bond. I'm in Fairfax, California, which is the San Francisco Bay Area. I retired as a business analyst from UC Berkeley like almost 15 years ago. And right now I'm an Uber driver. So what I can offer you is a ride to the airport. But, until I know a lot more, there's not much I can offer you AI-wise. I was introduced to all this by John Leland, and I have a project in mind. It's a diary of my third great grandfather who grew up in the early 1850s and kept a diary, and I'd like to animate it I'd like to do all kinds of things with it, but it was beyond me. And when I discovered AI, I realized, well, this was something that I might be able to do, And as a test, I took a passage from the diary, I put it in ChatGPT, and I said, generate images. And the passage was about, I think he says, nothing much happened in my life until the great eclipse of 1806. So, it generated 5 or 6 images of him walking to his job during the eclipse in 1850. And it was pretty cool.
Amazing.
My biggest challenge is, workflow and, kind of delineating all the things that I want to do in this project. I have one picture of my great-great-grandfather, and I'd like to animate it. I'd like to age it. I'd like him to be 30 years old in, 1820. So those are the kind of things I want to create. And that's about all I can say. The greatest impact of AI in my life is to make me incredibly confused.
That's
so
awesome.
I'll pass there.
Awesome. Nina, Nadu or Nadao? Or Nadu? I'm guessing Nadu.
No, Nado.
Nado. Ah, dang it.
So I jumped in to the AI Salon back before the holidays, but life got pretty busy, and I didn't get a chance to interact very much or to do much along those lines. I'm an ex-software engineer who went rogue and became an illustrator and designer.
Nice.
I'm looking, to, yeah, nice. If you're happy about that, you get your brain back, or at least a little bit of it. What I can offer is that I walk both worlds. I still walk the IT world and also the creative world, and I also am playing around with laser cutters and also the little bit of the maker world. So taking some of my designs and bringing them into the maker part of the world as well, which is another form of candy,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I can offer. What I'm so excited about is that to be in an environment that is so positive about AI, in an environment where you can share and learn, is magical and inspiring, and I'm honored by it, and I'm honored that you guys are here. What's the other question? I'm sorry.
What do you need from the community?
Well, AI is, there's so much stuff out there. I need to trim things up a little bit, and I need to learn. I've got this little chihuahua I want to just make into like a little avatar. Start out small and see what I can do with that. And then I also want to create some art pieces and share them out on the site and get your opinions on it.
Great.
So
all right.
Me, and thank you.
Someone adopt Nina. Go do projects together.
I'm adoptable.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. And what you said about the community got me a little choked up. So thank you for that. It is magical. It really is. So thank you.
And you're not afraid. Well, we're all afraid. You know, there's so much to be afraid of, but there's another way of embracing it by, you know, interacting with it and exploring it instead of, you know,
Exactly.
That's the play part, I think. I think the play helps us feel less afraid. Because I am afraid. Photographer, I'm afraid of what generative AI is going to do to my career. But I find that when I feel afraid about it, and if I just start playing and I start really digging into the tools and I start intersecting the images that I have made and training on the images I've made and putting that all together, I actually feel a lot less afraid. So that's where the play part comes. So yeah.
And that's an inspiration because I still have a lot of programmers in my life and they're terrified. And it's like, get into it, folks.
Yeah, lean in. Lean in.
And exactly. Hear that.
Great. Liz Miller Gershfeld.
Hello. All right. Well, you gave away the name. I'm Liz Miller Gershfeld. And I'm in Chicago, Illinois. And I've been an art producer in the advertising world for 23 years. And now I am adding AI capabilities to my skill set as a producer, as well as moving into some projects that and learning a lot of new things that I'm excited about. So I think that Leah would say that I'm being intersectional because I'm gonna say what I can offer and where I need help, and they're sort of the same thing. They're intertwined. So I'm planning to take one of those Curious Refuge classes next month. And I would love it if anybody else is, if I can lean on you and you can lean on me and we can talk about it. I think that would be a lot of fun and nicer than just being in the Discord. So that's one of the things. And then the other thing is a project that is a passion project I've been thinking about for a long time. And if it sounds like it's in your domain or interesting to you, or if you feel like you might have some ideas about how it might come to life incorporating AI tools, I'd love to talk to you. And conversely, where I can help you, if there are any problems that you see that I might be taking on that have similarities to problems you're trying to solve, please feel free to reach out and maybe we can help each other learn as we go. I'm very happy to share what I learn because I am going to push through and make this happen. So I'm working on a social enterprise which connects disability advocacy groups to AI learning resources so that members of those organizations can learn to build tools themselves. And then there's a fundraising element, which is fine art print on demand. And this piece is very important to me because the artist was my brother, and he was a painter and he was a disability rights advocate, and he passed away last year. But even though he's not here, I feel like I'm helping his good work continue. So that feels like a lot of possibility. And biggest impact of AI is I finally feel like I live in my time.
Yay! We're lucky to have you in this time, Liz, for sure.
I'm lucky to have all of you.
That's awesome. I finally feel like I live in my time. Devin.
Hey, I don't know if I need too much more introduction. My name is Davin Chkuski. I'm in New Jersey. I am, by day, I am an unemployed program / project / technology manager who works mostly with data. And by night, I own and operate Robot Revolution, which we talked about earlier. About an AI. I'm most excited about ways that it can help do things that are difficult or you just don't feel like doing. in a couple of ways, right? In ways that, for example, other experiments that I'm going to do are creating trying to create a RAG with all of the back data that I have for customer service, so that I can give it to a couple of my managers and my wife to give answers that sound like me, that I've given over the past decade to everybody, and just start approving them as they go out. Things like that. The biggest impact for AI, I think, was about a month ago, when I kind of had an epiphany here at one of these meet and greets, or it was it was Kyle's office hour, where someone was going through some of the projects that they were working on, called them parlor tricks. And I started to think about the problems that I'm having in a slightly different way, and how AI could go ahead and help me execute on some of those things. What I can offer, I'm a project manager. I deal mostly with data. I deal mostly with the intersection of business and technology. In prior lives, I mostly save projects. So I make sure that projects get done and companies trying to implement them don't get sued. That's I can offer that intersection kind of help. Where do I need help? I've got a lot of different. I'm trying to learn, number one, and I got a lot of different projects that I'm trying to work out and work on, both coding and trying to make sure that I can step out of the night business when I get another day job.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Devin.
Sure.
Thank you.
Daniel,
Nice to have you here.
Yeah, nice to have you here. Daniel Hall.
Hi, you guys. Okay, so I was trying to get my LinkedIn link for because I wanted to share it with Liz, because she said some stuff that was like, oh my gosh, I need to talk to her. Okay, so hi, you guys. A lot of you guys know me. My name is Danielle Hall. I'm in Bakersfield, California. And up until about a week ago, I was an entrepreneur, but for lack of a better term, shit hit the fan and everything kind of fell through. And so now I'm picking up the pieces, pivoting. So what I'm most excited about with AI is probably agents, and hoping that seeing what happens with AGI, and if OpenAI will keep their promises with anything, like with the voice feature and communicating with that. So the biggest impact, it opened my eyes to seeing what was possible with AI has kind of renewed like my love of art that I had growing up my whole life. I've always had this love of art, and it has I never really pursued a career with art, because I was always told you can never make money, in an art career. You can't. So I never pursued that, but it made it so easy and so fast, and I could just use my words and to make something. And so that was one really big impact it had. And so this is what the part where it said what I can offer. I'd already wrote this down when Liz had already started speaking, and she said, I wrote down something that I can offer. It's not really AI related, but I can offer information about special education. If you need like any advocacy information or resources. I was a special education teacher for 11 years. And I get pissed off really easily about people getting taken advantage of when it comes to their kids not getting the resources they need in a special ed classroom. And I get really mad when I see the system not getting kids what they need. And so that was another reason why I left teaching. So, and I don't know if was there another question?
What do you need from the community?
What do I need? Ideas on where to pivot. So that's it.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. And I just put this in the chat. I said, now you're a true entrepreneur.
I was going to say,
the only way through it is to go through it. This is the first one's the hardest.
Yep. I would also argue you are still an entrepreneur. You said you were an entrepreneur. You're still an entrepreneur.
You earned your first entrepreneur badge.
Yeah, exactly. You got a merit badge.
That's right. You got a merit badge, and that's right. That's part of the you already got this badge. I'm sorry it had to come so early in the career, but
yeah, exactly.
On to the next badge.
Exactly. HT Snowday, and if you haven't raised your hand yet, please raise your hand, and we'll just sort of call on people in order. But I'm very proud of everyone. There's lots of hands raised, so you're not being shy, which is good.
And I know my camera's off, but I'm here and I'm listening, and I'm really taking in what everyone's saying. So thank you.
HT.
Hey, I'm HT.
You are.
I am. I'm in Traverse City, Michigan. I am director of R&D and innovation for a company called Midmark Corporation. We do healthcare products. Spent a whole hunk of my life in healthcare process efficiency and tools to help with that. But like Kyle, I'm a lost actor, so that's a bit of my thing too. I'm really excited about programming with AI, and I have had so many recent revelations. I have a coder background. I've done coding, but more of my last decade of career is managing R&D teams, not doing the work. And what's exciting about AI is it's empowering from a partnering perspective, a learning perspective, and I am really bullish on the productivity gains for developers. I'm going to run a team of 30 developers Thursday afternoon through a competition where they are required to use AI.
Is this within your company?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
That's awesome.
Yep, it is. I can't wait. Of course, you can just cut and paste the instructions of the game, the task into an AI, and it'll do an adequate job. But we've all got some subjective and some objective things. There are a whole bunch of prizes for different elements, and we're going to give them about a half an hour, and I really can't wait to get through it. Big impact. I have told this story at the salon before, but I did an experiment some time ago with an earlier version of Claude. Went through a fairly serious health issue with my son. I gave Claude information that I had prior to his diagnosis, which was his age, his gender, a short list of symptoms, and a blood test. And I used some references from some healthcare professionals on how to ask the question, how to prompt. Claude nailed the diagnosis.
Wow.
We didn't have the actual diagnosis until almost 4 months later. So what I get frustrated, that was earth shaking to me, and it's hard not to get emotional about it. I get very frustrated when people talk about restricting access to AI because it's not right, or because it's imperfect, when the power is sort of critical from my perspective to advancing human information and intelligence. And so that particular moment in time was a big impact for me. I can offer, I have a particular point of view on approaching development and development tasks, but Peter's better at it than I am. So resource in this, so I could be a poor replacement if you can't get a Peter. Certainly some healthcare perspective, and the help I need, I'm getting. I have some pet projects as well, a writing one in particular, and I really appreciate this group as inspiration. Even my family was like, you always come out of Font Club very positive. By the way, they tease me about the things that I do, and the pet name in my family for this thing I do occasionally on Tuesday night is Font Club. Because they don't understand it, so I'm
Font Club. Let's do that too.
Font Club.
We don't talk about
that's a
rule one. We don't talk about Font Club.
Right.
And Sarah, for you go home.
There's a
I
TV
want to.
show reference, which I won't take any more time, but that's my pitch.
Awesome.
I want to share this because, like, I remember HT when you shared that story, and I've thought a lot about creative uses for generative AI. Right, that's my world: making imagery, making pictures, making art, and I don't really understand how it's used in other areas. And I remember when you shared that story about your son, and it was pretty early on in the salon.
Yeah.
It really shifted how I was thinking about generative AI outside my little tiny world of art. It blew my mind. And so I'm really glad that you shared that again, because that is a story that stayed with me since then. So thank you for sharing.
I'm sort of humbled by that, Leah, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's nice. Claire Jacobs.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm Claire Jacobs. I'm a psychologist in San Antonio. On TikTok, I'm Dr. J. So if you think I'm a 8'12" basketball player, you are wildly mistaken. What am I the most excited about in AI would be experimenting and just immersing myself in all the different everything. I've spent a lot of time over this past year plus playing in really playing a lot in Midjourney, and then more recently also making songs in Suno. I have probably 50 some songs that I've created, and I found that that's a really fun way to kind of keep connected with friends. I'll make a song about something that they said or something goofy or whatever and send it to them. And so far, nobody has blocked me, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. What can I offer? I know from a firsthand viewpoint what it's like to be a beginner here in the world of AI. I don't claim to have had any knowledge of computers or programming or anything like that before finding Kyle and the Learning Lab and the AI Salon. So I'm more than happy to walk people who are even a little bit more beginner than I am through this process if there's anything I can do to help. Where I need help is that we have just started the AI Life Hacks Club. And so all of the cool things that I hear everybody mentioning where AI has really helped, or ideas that people have for things that maybe could help them in their lives, lay them on me. You can send them to me personally. You can post them in the club's space on the AI Salon, and let's work and just really keep moving forward. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you all.
So happy to have you here, Claire.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Peter Kaminsky.
Thank you. I'm Peter Kaminsky in San Diego. I'm an internet software product developer, tech consultant, online community organizer, and now I'm an AI artist, even though I can't say that with a straight face yet. The thing that excites me most about AI is that it democratizes skills and lets people do things that maybe they wouldn't be able to otherwise. And kind of the complement of that, which is it increases access to people's superpowers. So I know a lot of people who've, they've got particular role and life skills, and then they've figured out how to use AI to do something that they never would have done, without it, but is something they're really good at. So I'm super excited to see that happening more and more in the world, because the world needs more people exercising their superpowers. It's kind of funny. I wish I had a story about really big impact for me of AI. I don't have one. It definitely simplifies and speeds up my work, which means I can do better work faster, or I can do more work. And I can do things a little bit outside my my usual guardrails. So I'm really excited about that. What I can offer is come to Learn and Do. We can help get you started with LLMs and image generators, or do things that are a little bit more intermediate with AI. Even if you don't know anything about it, we can bootstrap up. So one of the things I really like doing in Learn and Do is figuring out how to use AI to bootstrap into doing something pretty complicated, but starting off really simply. There's a bunch of things we cover in Learn and Do that aren't directly AI, but help you use AI better on your computer. So sometimes you need to log on to more things. So we talk about password managers. Sometimes you need to move files around or something like that, and maybe you've never done that, but because you're using an AI tool, you've got image files or source code files or whatever. Especially, I really like working through how to do programming stuff. I've got a software development background for decades, but you don't need any more a software development background to get a lot of stuff done, like literal coding stuff that intermediate coders do. Now anybody can do, like literally anybody, with just a little bit of perseverance and a lot of help from an LLM. The thing I need help with is I've got an AI company I'm working on. I'm going to need to market it, and I need to get better at social media. I know a lot about social media. Kind of, I've always been dabbling in social media for a long, long time, but I need to get more serious about it, and also like just internet marketing in general, I think. So that's me.
2 words,
Thanks.
Kelly Camp.
Yeah, Kelly and I have talked. Kelly's great.
That's great. I would also argue, Peter, that even though you said that there isn't a big thing, how you started out is you can now call yourself an AI artist and can't quite say it with a straight face yet. I would say that's a pretty big deal.
Thanks.
Yeah, and you definitely are, and I think I think that sometimes if I say generative artist, I'm taken more seriously than AI artist. I mean, I think AI covers a lot. People don't understand all the things, but as soon as I say generative artist, it's like, oh, generative artist.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really
That's when Kevin Clark of Content Evolution said, "Hey, do you want to be Chief Generative Officer?" I was like, "Ooh, I like that." Chief AI Officer, I was like, "Nah," but Chief Generative Officer, oh yeah, I'm generating some shit.
Even the term artificial intelligence is such a it needs a rebrand. The term artificial. I think we talked about the artist who. I have to see if I can find it. I think I posted it in the salon, and she was talking about community intelligence or other words to describe artificial intelligence.
Collective intelligence, yeah.
Right, collective intelligence. I mean, an artificial intelligence artist doesn't have quite the same ring to it as some other things. So I do think the term AI in general needs a rebrand.
Yep.
That's a different story.
Actually working on a book right now about that. So that's awesome.
Very cool.
James.
Say my last name, Hohenthaler.
I was going to, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to destroy it.
It's I'm Detroit J. Hohen on the show. So every time you say Holden, I want to kick myself. Anyway, I'm just a IT guy. I'm living in Michigan, Shelby Township, and just north of Detroit, basically. And what do? Well, I'm a jack of all trades. I started consulting when I was 12. I had my first paid gig when I was 12. So I've been with IT since then. And that's kind of where I'm always at. I'm always kind of learning hacking. I never went to college. There was no classes for the stuff. So I taught myself SQL Server. I taught myself server administration, networking, on and on. Anyway, so I carried that knowledge forward. And when AI came around, I started thinking about what was the technique applied to it that I could bring to the customer. Because I am customer facing. I'm always thinking about the customer engagement. So that's kind of where I brought myself into this situation. How it impacted my life. What got me excited about this? I had a client a year and a half, 2 years ago, said, AI, I need to learn how to use it. I said, okay, well, I know enough to be dangerous. So I got involved with this, found this group. Last year in June, I was in hospice and I didn't die, obviously, But I had a major health scare that pulled me out of everything I was doing. So I focused primarily on learning AI. And one of the tasks I was learning in that recovery process, like HT was saying earlier, I took all my vitals, all my blood labs, all my scans, everything, and put it into AI, ChatGPT, and I said, figure this out with me. What is this about? What's that about? And it actually took all my metric, all my data, and gave me the exact information I needed to eventually share with the doctor, because the doctor couldn't see that I actually had an iron deficiency that was causing me a big problem, and they couldn't find out where the blood was leaking from. And this began the journey of where I'm at now, which is in a process of identifying where I'm bleeding from internally.
Wow.
This would never happen if it wasn't for AI telling me that I had this problem that they couldn't even see. So that's that. So yes, it impacted my life in a great way.
Wow.
What can I offer? Well, I like to explore. So I've been doing a lot of asking, like you ask Moshi certain questions and you get certain answers. I do that practically all day. So I look at all the different AIs and I work with them to tease them and to give me information about their design backend so I can use it to write better prompts. So I'm always exploring better ways to write prompts. And then, if you're looking for, what was that? Oh, sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyway, I'm also an artist. I paint semi-professionally. I've taken my art and put it into AI to see how it can work with the art pieces I paint. That's kind of the other exciting thing I like to do. When it comes to prompt writing, I'm learning a lot more about that from the system to system, so I can offer you a review of your prompts. I know it sounds kind of sarcastic, but it depends on what platform you're on as to what type of prompt responses you're going to get. And it really helps to understand how to fish to get bigger fish. And sometimes just bouncing ideas off me helps. My ask, honestly, it's when it comes to AI engines, my clients are asking me always, how can I apply this to my systems I already have in place? I need to learn API. I need to learn how to best use the data in their systems to extract data from ChatGPT or whomever to get the data back that they want for their solutions, like marketing on social media, how to automatically automate that process. That's my only ask.
Great, perfect. And I think I think Learn and Do with Peter, I think HT could be a good resource. There's probably a lot of folks here that can help with that. That's awesome. Great, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing so generously there.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Nice to put a name. Nice to put a face with a name.
Yeah. Paul Titangos.
Yes, my name is Paul Titangos. I'm a commercial.
I can't. I'm not going to do any more last names. I'm done for the night.
That's close enough. I'm a commercial photographer as well as a fine art photographer, and I'm in Santa Cruz, California. I'm most excited about Midjourney and image making in general. That's a lot of fun, and I'm also excited about the future developments that are coming and in the AI pipeline. Hope they get here. Biggest breakthrough impact for me in AI in my life is using things like ChatGPT and Claude in my everyday life, solving problems, brainstorming, co-creating art projects in collaboration with other artists and graphic artists. It's been just an amazing asset. So I love that. What can I offer? Well, like some people have already said, encouragement for anyone starting out that's timid and unsure how to go forward. As I did, knowing nothing, it's scary, but just got to let them know that's where we all started, and to have no fear. So where do I need help? Well, I'm doing just fine. I'm enjoying all that's in front of me, and I'm having a lot of fun. I've received so much help from the AI Salon and Kyle in particular for getting me off my duff and making me realize I got to do something, and I'll be grateful forever for that. Yeah, and also to Peter Kaminsky, which has been so critically important in my image making with Midjourney. I'd still be, making pictures of bunnies if it wasn't for him. And he's also taught me how to use JavaScript code that runs on HTML, and how to make my own Jankifiers. So I'm so fortunate, and thanks everybody for helping me out.
Thank you so much, Paul. That's
Oh,
awesome.
it's nice to have another photographer here. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank
Eric
you.
Tanner.
Hello. Kyle spoiled the name again. He said he wasn't going to do any last names.
Yeah. I know how to say yours.
I live in two places, in Brooklyn and in rural Pennsylvania. Usually on a Tuesday, I will be in Brooklyn, but today I'm in Pennsylvania because I wanted to come out here, so I did.
Because it's pretty.
Well, it's just so noisy in Brooklyn. Oh my God. What I do is I am co-founding an AI startup with my childhood friend.
Wow.
Which is challenging, but exciting. I'm learning a ton. If we fail, then Danielle, I'm sure you can speak to this. You've learned a ton. So it'll be a degree of sorts. And if we succeed, it'll be awesome. What I'm most excited about AI. So I read The Age of Spiritual Machines around 1999, written by Ray Kurzweil. And recently have been reading at the same time The Singularity is Near and The Singularity is Nearer. And this is rekindling all of my techno-optimism. Basically, so the salon's interesting for me because there's been all this talk about optimism. I'm usually scared of everything and everybody. And somebody asked me a couple years ago, like, what do you actually believe? And it kind of boiled down to like people are monsters, right? So I'm really trying to not be in that space. So these meetings are very therapeutic for me. So thank you all. Right. So what I'm excited about is like making all these crazy ideas totally possible. So two people already shared about medical advances, but just Kyle and I talked before the AI Salon existed, right after ChatGPT was blowing up, and what might be possible, and are we that much closer to singularity? And one of the main things we talked about was like maybe we can cure cancer, maybe we can cure Alzheimer's. So that kind of stuff is getting me very excited. Basically infusing intelligence into everything. I have very silly ideas sometimes, like individually roasting coffee beans, right? Like little tweezers, little Bunsen burner, right? It's a joke, except that all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, you could make a little machine that would be so smart and super efficient and individually roast coffee beans for super coffee nerds. Like, it'll be possible. So just like blue sky crazy stuff is going to be enabled by AI. The biggest impact that it's had in my life is honestly just connecting with people, and even more that reconnecting with people from the past. So I've known Kyle for a long time, but we didn't really know each other that well. And now I feel, Kyle, like I know you a lot better. Yeah. It's quite fun. I mentioned starting this company with my childhood friend. I mean, we, spent all day, every day from, age 12 to 18, but then we went off and lived, more or less separate lives and talk once or twice a year. Now we talk every day again. Tomorrow we're talking with another high school buddy. It's extremely cool that this, just during this call, I was texted with yet another high school friend, and it's because of AI. Like without that trigger, people are just excited, and I don't know how that's happened, but that's happened to me, that people from the past are coming forward because of AI.
Just a quick time. We've got 6 minutes left.
Sorry, I'll be very quick. What I can offer is weird ideas, contrarian takes, and open-mindedness. So anything that you believe, if you want somebody to challenge it and take the other side, I will do that. Okay. And this could be an investing idea. This could be your business idea. This could be you want to propose to your partner in a certain way. Like, I will just take the other side. Okay. So I can offer that. And then what I need help with is a long list. So I don't know where to start with that, but that will happen over time. I think being here is the help. Being here is already the help that I need.
Yeah, connect with Eric if you have ideas or if anything he said resonated. I think you're awesome. You're a rock star. Okay, So here's my request. We have 5 minutes left and 4 people to talk. Try to keep it to a minute, and let's see if we can get everyone who's got their hand raised. And go, John Leland.
Well, that's a big challenge.
Right?
Thank you, Vicky, for putting the questions in the chat. And this is such a sweet corner of the internet. My name is John Leland. I am in Green Bay, California, just north of San Francisco. I do both social media and digital marketing, and I also am starting a community around creativity. I've done a couple cohorts of something called the Creativity Sandbox, and the Exploratorium community is next, coming soon to an internet near you. I'm most excited about AI because it eliminates the blank canvas or the empty page, and so people can be more creative and get ideation going effortlessly. So the biggest roadblock to creativity has been removed by AI. So that's the biggest impact. I have been at the forefront of technology along with my brother Carl, even though we're brothers from another mother. We only met recently. But you know, I've been involved in new technology for a long time, and I understand how pieces fit together, and that's part of what I'm doing with video and playing and experimenting with video. And where I need help most of all, I think in terms of the salon, is people that want to support Video with John or Video with John and your name here, you know, to help do more events and be able to offer more kind of live support and do more stuff. So anybody want to play, please reach out.
Awesome. Serena. Muted.
There I am. So I wrote it all down so I could do it quickly. I'm Serena Palici. You have to hold your tips of your fingertips together to say that last name, Palici. But I'm a Texan living in Oregon. Not sure how that happened. I'm a school psychologist. I'm a student advocate. I know a lot about educational disabilities like Danielle, so I'm happy to help people out if you've got family members who are having any trouble in the school system. What I enjoy is the sharing and the ideas and the creativity that I feel like it just kind of exponentially flows for me when I get to talking to people. I love that I've discovered I'm actually an artist, and I do think that Moshi could be a training module for new therapists. Just saying.
Interesting.
Or just I'm humored by Moshi. Maybe that's it. Anyway, as far as help, I like consulting with other people and bouncing ideas. And so if people have ideas they want to bounce off of somebody or they need a thought partner, I'm always happy to help. And I put a few of these things, I'll put them in the chat. That's it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
Dr. Brito.
Good evening. I have to start by first saying, Kyle, thank you very much for everything that you do.
Thank you.
You are the reason why I'm even here.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell you what I do. I'm a change engineer. If you have never heard the word before, I invented it. A change engineer is an engineer of change. And for an engineer of change, AI could not be better. It added a tool to what I have been waiting for 50 years. So that's what it has done for me. I always used multimedia create presentation for my work. I was a city planner and I was a professor of city planning. So I used multimedia for my presentations. Now I use multimedia to generate music. And AI has been that tool because I'm making change happen. I'm making an entertainer into a musician. Think about that. What can I offer? Fun entertainment and creative problem solving. That's what I have to offer. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, Kyle, and your cause, I wish you the very best of luck in Congress. Please make change happen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, 2 more. We're gonna land it. It's top of the hour, 7 o'clock. I want to be respectful of your time. If you have to go, I understand it. But we have 2 left. I think we're gonna get there. Patsy Kravitz.
Hello, I'm out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I create educational content for adult learners who are upscaling into professional and technical careers. I'm excited that AI can help automate the tedious tasks and help curious people, including me, grow new skills, including like troubleshooting things. I also agree about democratizing skills. The biggest impact that AI is having for me is it's going to radically change my current career, and it might end up being a springboard to a new career. I'm known to be curious and a person who will go find people and things, and I like to solve problems. I can offer network and connecting with others. My talent seems to be finding people and things, except for my car keys. That's different. You can often find me here in the AI Salon, kind of lurking in the background. I work a lot, therefore my nickname is This Woman Works. So if you are looking on LinkedIn, you'll find me under that name, and you'll find me on TikTok under that name. I'm already receiving help here on the AI Salon by being here and connecting with people who work in different spaces other than my daily work and who generously share their knowledge. Kyle, if there's anything you need before you go in front of Congress, just go ahead and like reach out. Happy to like do a run through, a read through. Part of my daytime job is I read adversarially for like things that people might come up with. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
And then, Liz, you might see me there in Curious Refuge next month. My son did high school in Detroit, and so I'm connected to the Michigan side, and I've traveled for hockey. So I have relatives in New Jersey. So all of y'all I'm connected to in different ways, in different spaces, and hope to connect with you outside of here.
Awesome. That was
Thank you, Patsy.
Impressively dense and concise at the same time.
This is what I do for my job.
Wow.
And last but not least, Mr. Brendan Tidd. I said your last name. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I did it. It's easy. I went there.
That's okay. It's Brandon Tidd, software consultant, specifically in the customer experience, customer service space with Zendesk as a tool, which is leaning heavily into AI. I am most excited about the fact that it is scratching itches that I didn't even know I had, or I had long forgotten that I had once had. I am most excited about my aspiring career as a AI author or a AI curator for children's literature. Started out in Kindle Direct Publishing and did a couple of things there, and now looking at trying to connect and network with people who are actually publishers that are looking to work with and collaborate with people who are leveraging tools like OpenAI. What can I offer? I am very big into CX, so I mentioned that, as well as anything with custom GPTs, getting the GPTs to search knowledge and ground GPTs to specific pieces of knowledge. I'm more than happy to share what I've done with custom GPTs and Copilot GPTs. Rest in peace, they don't exist anymore. But other than that, where I need help, if anybody knows anybody in the children's space, that would be awesome.
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 All right. Thank you so much.
Wow.
So Leah, wow.
Yeah.
That was jam-packed. That was a lot of salon tonight.
That was jam-packed. And our community, I love our speakers that come, and I feel like I always learn one thing in depth with our speakers, right? I learn one interesting perspective. But I have to say that listening to our community come on, and all the different places people are coming from with all the different backgrounds and how then we all intersect here feels like a kind of magic. I think someone said that earlier, and magic isn't something I've thought about, but that's a shift. Yes, I think there is something magical about that. So yeah, absolutely.
It was really awesome. Thank you. And listen, one of our values is generosity, and another one is bravery. And the old cliche of, people would rather be in the casket than giving the speech of someone that just died, right? They're people are terrified of speaking, so it takes courage to do that. So thank you all for sharing so generously tonight, because it really did make a difference for a lot of people. There were lots of nods and lots of comments in the chat. So thank you all for being generous, being brave, and being here. You don't have to show up to this, and you do regularly, and it's just it really is amazing. So thank you all. And I will. look on C-SPAN. As I know more information about what the hell's going on, I'll let you know. But I'll see you in the funny papers. next
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Kyle, late
Look
start
out.
for the TikTok?
What's that?
Late start for the TikTok or on
Yeah,
time?
if you, it'll be late. It'll be like 8:30. So if you would just let people know, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Is that a live look outside your window, Vicky?
Nice.
Is that the background?
She's muted.
You're muted, but
Good night, guys. Thanks.
all right. Good night, everybody.
Good
night.
Good night.
See you later.
Night night.
Good night.
Bye, Vicky. I sent you the login.